Welcome, Dadhichi here from astrology.com.au, and look where I am right now. I wish you could be here. It's the Quezon province in the Philippines. I'm staying here at the Villa Escudero. And it's places like this that really give you a recharge. There is definitely something in maybe the grid lines here, the magnetic grid lines. Normally when I go to a place like this, doesn't matter what country, India, Indonesia, Australia, here in the Philippines, I tend to feel really, really relaxed. And usually I sleep for about 12 hours, as I did last night. I just sort of zonk out. But this has given me the opportunity to just relax a little bit and now tune into our introduction to the month of April 2017. And I was just thinking, astrology is all about attaining those things in life that we set our minds to. Idealism, I think, is an important key factor just now, because if I take a look at the chart, we see just recently the Sun, actually all through the month of March, was passing over Neptune and having that idealism quality about it. And most of us have some sort of ideal or goal that we aspire to. The problem is we tend to get stuck in the rut of, self-limiting concepts based upon not just our genetic wiring, but also our environmental upbringing. So many people who come to me, and I say to them, look, you've got to attain what it is you aspire to. That's well and good, but most of them don't have an idea of what it is they want to aspire to. Some do and can't actually achieve that. Others just don't have a clue. So this is where astrology comes in as a very, very useful tool in helping you connect with and identify those talents, those God-given gifts that really make you feel good, because that, to my way of thinking, is the secret of life. Identifying what it is that you love to do, and then really just letting your mind rest upon that and becoming as good as you can in that specific discipline. And unfortunately, most people have the whole life path work approach upside down, back to front, inside out. Because most people firstly think of the money that they're going to make, and then what job they can do to make as much money as they can, rather than the back to front approach, which I believe is the correct approach, to find what it is you love to do and just become really, really great at that, and then let nature flow on from that. The consequences of that, if you're great at what you do, people will virally spread your reputation, and then that is when the money starts to flow. But in the general scheme of things now, we see that Saturn is moving up, 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 higher into the natural zodiac. It's still in the sign of Sagittarius, but over the next 2 or we'll say 3 years, it's going to be moving through the sign of Capricorn from the latter part of 2017. And Capricorn for the natural zodiac is what we call the natural karma house of the zodiac, the 10th house of profession. So I suspect, and along with Pluto moving through this area, we see what's happening societally through the new industrialization, the new information technology revolution, with automation, robotics, artificial intelligence, really starting to shake up the foundations of work as we know it. So it's quite likely, and it's not simply an astrological prediction, but is one that many commentators are making, scientists as well, that shortly we are going to have a massive pool of unemployed people because of all of these jobs being substituted by this artificial intelligence. So it really, really is not just a problem of identifying what it is you want to do and hopefully using astrology to help you get to that position, but also managing and adapting to the cultural and information changes that are taking place in the world. Many of the jobs as we know it are disappearing right now. Many of the industries that we've been accustomed to, using just on a day-to-day basis have also shifted and moved digitally. So it's not just a matter of adapting, firstly understanding what it is that you want to do, adapting to the situation, but adapting quickly. You have to be very fast. For those star signs that find it hard to make decisions, that are not capable of changing that easily, then for you guys, this is going to be an additional challenge that's going to be marked with a lot of resistance. And that resistance is going to be the problem you encounter, even maybe more so than the fact that you don't have a job. That resistance to change, that capacity to develop an adaptable nature, because as Darwin said, this is a matter of survival of the fittest, adaptation of the species to the environmental changes that occur. So I'd like to say astrology is an incredibly powerful tool for that. And even astrology as we know it has only scratched the surface of that. And with you I'd like to explore those possibilities in these general talks, but also in the more personal discussions that I'm giving here, rather than simply using astrology as that very typical day-by-day prediction. Again, if you're new here, I'm trying to move along the lines of a more thematic approach to astrology, how we can look at what those general themes are for your birth, for the month, for the year, for your life and destiny, so that once you get into the groove and the slipstream of that specific horoscopic niche, if I could put it that way, that specific area that is the line of least resistance, then you're going to find it much easier to lift your awareness and your consciousness to identifying what it is you really want to do and what it is that's going to give you some fulfillment in life. So hang around. We're going to get on to the 12 signs now. I'm really happy you're here. Excuse me if I lay back a little bit. I'm very relaxed, which is unusual for me. Most people know me as high-strung. Take care. Don't go away. We're just about to start your star sign now.